Hey everyone, Raj here. Today I'll be showing you a replay of a game I just played. That was for Cap Premier League, the one big tournament on Smoothon. So this was the finals, and the winner gets a custom after, like what I have right now. So I was playing best of three in this, in which I had to play three generations of game, or Gen 6, Gen 7, and Gen 8. And the person who won 2 out of 3 won the whole series. So yeah, so in this, game 1 was Sword and Shield, and I loaded up sort of a offensive team, but it's not really offensive. It had defensive Slowbro, defensive Zapdos, Pidef, Garchomp, mixed Melmetal, and 2 potential sweepers in Rillaboom and Blaziken, but with leftovers and HP investment. For the idea behind this is that you can have multiple opportunities to sweep with said mon with having you when you have your leftovers as well as your grass terrain recovery. This coupled with protect really helps out to gain health over time, and which made this team very good, a good choice for me to use in the finals. I faced a sort of a offense balanced bulky offense team with a Weavile, a Saharaja. Saharaja is a community made Pokemon, which is a ground type with the ability Water Absorb, which is quite good. I can just absorb the water types and just be a very bad nuisance to them. Then I had the Katana, a Heatran, Zapdos, and Argonaut. Argonaut is another fan made, not a fan made, but a community made Pokemon, which signature ability that people use usually on this is Unaware. So this was now bad for my status sweeper like Blaziken, because I could not set up and win with Argonaut being there to nullify all the boosts. But I did have a Zapdos and a Rillaboom to try and counter that, so that was quite important, because otherwise Argonaut would have been a big issue for me. Now, so as for leads, I believe I led with my Blaziken. Right. So I'll Blaziken here to try and counter lead something like a Weavile against a Garchomp or a Slowbro. But they have a good lead in Zapdos. I had to switch in a Spidef Garchomp. They missed again, but that's whatever, it doesn't matter to me too much. Here I just Toxic straight up because I was sure he was not going to go into Katana or Heatran. So I had liked the idea of Toxicing any of the remaining 4. He went Weavile, which was good for me because now I could just Toxic and put on a timer. Here, now, this team had Protect on 3 of its mons, or 4 of its mons rather. On on 3 mons, Blaziken, Blaziken, Melmetal, and Garchomp. Now this you'll see later in the game how important it was for me to have those protects right here. I protect here as they reveal beat up. Now this is important because I got to know that was choice banned, because only bandit sets run beat up. So this made it a bit easier now because I knew how to play around that. So now I would go into Melmetal, which stands hit very easily. And after that, I believe they go into their Zapdos straight up. I'm not wrong. Yeah. As I protect, to try and get some recovery back if possible. But now it was clear that Zapdos was quite offensive in nature. So I protect here, try and get some more recovery after that. As a Hurricane. Following which I go back into my Garchomp. Here my idea was to try and get rocks up as soon as possible, to try and chip down the bandit Weavile, basically the bandit Weavile actually at the time. Here I think I just went for rocks, yeah. Now here I'm thinking, okay, this mon is annoying, right? It just takes on Rillaboom, it takes on my Slowbro, it takes on my own Zapdos to an extent. So I like the idea of living one hit, provided I got my Garchomp low, but if it resulted in this being statist, I would be very happy. So I protect here once more to gain some health back for the Hurricane. And I stay in to toxic them on the Zapdos here. This on a timer was very huge for me because now I could easily protect spam with my other two Mons and try and get slow and to pick it off later on. Here they go into the Weavile as I believe I protect again. Yeah, can get this recovery back. But they protect free here again as they beat up again, I believe. Yeah. Here I go into my base game, which was free as it died and it threatened every one of the Mons. So it lived easily. The beat up, of course. As I protect here, and Weavile dies. Weavile, a big threat, now gone. And I'm thinking, okay, this is good start. Now this is good position for me to win. Then I'm thinking, okay, now what to do? Now he goes into his Zapdos, I believe. Yeah. Now I'm going to my Melmetal on the discharge. Yeah. Melmetal being bulky mixed with didn't do much at all from that. Just very funny for me. Here I think I protect again one more time. No, I turned a bunch. Now yeah. So here I was thinking, okay, should I just attack the Heatran like superpower? I felt a bit too crazy of a play at the time, so I just Thunder Punch trying to get some damage off on Zapdos. But they do Heatran as I Thunder Punch. Good damage, I got a Heatran. Now I go into my Slowbro as the Magma Storm. Now here I wanted to teleport out first, but I was not sure if it was taunt. So I just called it here in the next turn. As they toxic me here. Now because I was going to die, I just wanted to get Future Sight off because the Future Sight would hit everyone except for Heatran very, very hard. So that's what I did. He set up rocks, I set up my Future Sight, and I died to the Slowbro. I died to the Heatran. Now here to try and stop Heatran from switching out, or rather to be in a position where he has to sack him on, I went Garchomp. Now going Garchomp meant two things. If I EQ'd on the Zapdos took damage from Future Sight, and with the toxic damage it would be a very bad spot health wise. Katana took a very bad hit from EQ. Argonaut EQ into Sight would kill. Even Saharaja would take good damage from it. So here I put him in such a position that he had no choice but to sack his Heatran here. And which would happen. He could not afford to let any other Mons take Future Sight, so he had to sack the Heatran here. Here as he went to Saharaja. Now, here I could have easily gone on into my Rillaboom, but my idea at the time was maybe too greedy, but I predicted it to it had Rapid Spin. It usually is a Rapid Spin with Swords Dance set. So I thought I'd Rapid Spin here and I'll EQ for some damage. But he read me, EQ there, killed my Garchomp, which is fine. Oops, alright. Yeah, which is fine because now I just went to my Rillaboom and Rillaboom now, look at Rillaboom. It beats 3 of the 4 more balanced remaining Mons. It doesn't beat Zapdos, but here I had a free knockoff. So I predicted the knockoff on Zapdos as it lost its hybrid boots, which meant it was now weak to rocks as well. But I unfortunately did get side paralyzed, but that was whatever at that point. Now I believe I go into my Melmetal hard on the Roost. Yeah. And I just double iron bash to try and get some chip out of it. I just wanted this Zapdos gone so that my Blaziken plus my Rillaboom could just win the game on the spot. That and with my Zapdos defensive, it ate everyone hit from Katana and Argonaut, and in the end game it was very good. Here now the reveal to be Heat Wave, but I live it very, not easily, but I live it as a bash twice. They Roost now, but at this point I'm just content with sacking my Melmetal to keep the Zapdos close permanently. So as the Roost, I keep attacking it. Again, 1-2. As it again keeps low, which was the idea because I never wanted Zapdos to regain health at all. So as I continued to Roost, I just spammed my Double Bash. I did the Para this time, I believe, but I was whatever. To me, they would definitely Roost again. They will not. Oh, they died another in this turn. Yeah. So now to go Katana. Now here I'm thinking, okay, this Katana, what is it? Is it Scarf? Is it Band? Is it SD? Speed boosting? What it is? What is it? So to find out, I did not want to go Zapdos on a knockoff because it would be annoying later on for me to beat Katana. So I decided to just sack Melmetal here on the Secret Squad and just safely go into my Zapdos the next turn. I have Heat Waves, Heat Wave here, as if Saraja predicting that. Eat very easily, but here I have a free Rillaboom. And I will just stick to that. Now, Saraja dies in one hit from this grass slide. So I predicted the switch to Katana and I clicked Drain Punch here. As you see, yeah. So now I see Drain Punch here. Good damage to Katana. Now at this point I'm thinking, okay, I don't need my Blaziken anymore because Rillaboom and Zapdos together win the game. So I predicted a knockoff actually and go into my Blaziken because it would live a hit easily and be affected on. So yeah, that's what I did. I haven't Blaziken as he knocked off, did nothing. I recovered health due to the Gust Rain, and here I just close combat. As on in comes the Argonaut. Good damage, but it was Helmet and it just got discovered. It was out of range for my close combat, which is fine. I go Zapdos here as the recover, and as they go, I went to Rillaboom on the predicted Saraja afterwards. Yeah. Here, I didn't expect him to stream. I actually Drain Punched in this turn, where I got fully paralyzed. I did not expect them to stay in at all. The Damage Storm crit me, trying to get defense boost to help them out later on, but that didn't happen. I got paralyzed, but here I thought, okay, there's no point in Drain Punching. I'll just Rust Slide this turn. So that's what I did. I stayed in, I Rust Slide, Saraja did. And now Zapdos has won the game on the spot. I don't know Katana, I sat my Blaziken. Just want to keep it safe. Try and win the safest way possible. And now I go into my Zapdos and I Heat Wave to the Katana. I live very easily with my defensive investment. They go Argonaut last, which can't do anything to me. I just Thunderbolt or Discharge rather and kill them and win the game. So that was G1. That was Sword Shield. And this was one where I had the most confidence of winning because I have been doing pretty well in SS. So this was game 1. Game 2, they wanted to play SM or Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon, this team was very wild, given to me by my manager. Now this had a Spidef, Spidef Pachydom, I believe. Yeah, Pachydom is one of another community made Pokemon, a Dragon Ghost type with ability Comatose, which means that he cannot be statused in any way. Then I had a Magnezone. Magnezone was an air balloon type of Magnezone for a mon named Equilibra, which the opponent did not use. It was another Pokemon which is quite annoying in Sun and Moon. So the idea was to trap Equilibra with Magnezone and try to win Mega Alakazam. I did have an unaware CM Clef just to try and stop the setup sweepers in the game. Then I had Rocky Helmet, defensive Tornadus, a Z defensive-ish Xanthorus, and a Megazam to try and clean up end game. My opponent had a very interesting team with a Mega Lopunny, a Jumbao with another community-made Pokemon, which is a Fairy and Grass typing, and it has quite a variety of abilities like Trace or Drought or whatever it can be. It's a very annoying Pokemon in SM. And then they had the Reuniclus. Reuniclus was not that good in this game because I had Pokemon that either walled it or resisted it. Then we had Toxapex, a Heatran, and a regular Scarf Landorus, which at the time I did not know. We find it in the game that it was indeed Scarf. Right. So start the game, I lead with my Tornadus. Tornadus is the best lead possible, mostly in many games because of the ability Regenerator and the bulk that it has to live any hits and U-turn out. So that's what I did. I led Lopunny as well as my Tornadus. The Mega Evolve, Fake Out, I had Rocky Helmet, so I do some chip damage to him, which is very good for me. Here I knock off predicting the Toxapex. or rather protecting any other mon because they were not going to stay in. So any other mon knocked would have been good for me. Decided to go to Vex to get a sacrifice for the knockoff. Here I U-turn on the jump bow, and now I realize that I don't have a good switch in for this mon. Like, if I had a flash cannon on Manazone, it would be good, but I don't have flash cannon. So now I'm thinking, okay, what to do? But if this mon is choice craft, that is the worst case scenario for me. Legit worst case scenario. So now I'm thinking, okay, I'll go to Manazone, which is not that good anyway, because the only mon it was supposed to have was not there in the game. So I go Manazone on the Moonblast. No, sorry, yeah. So what I did was here, I was thinking of, I'll double back to see what they do. Would they predict, do they fill the flash cannon and switch or not? But they do not switch. The Moonblast did half. I'm scared. So I go back to the Magnezone. Here was a bit of dicey for me because I don't know how to play around this mon. I didn't have a switch in at all. So here now I go into Clefable, trying to, it's a Clefable, it hit one hit. So yeah, that's what happened. Now here at this point I was just scrambling, trying to find a means to avoid losing to this Pokemon. Because it Moonblast spanned me so hard that it was difficult for me to get out of that vortex. So the Moonblast spam, I am Wish Protect with Calm Mind. So I start wishing up, try to lower its PP or something, anything that would help me out later. But now it turned out to be not Choice Scarf, but it most likely was Z move. So now I'm thinking, okay, fine, if it's not Choice Scarf, it's good for me. I can try and stop it with my Tornadus, with Hurricane. So, but at this point, okay, I'm still continuing with trying to get to the Vortex, trying to get to keep my Clef healthy, at the same time not having it kept too low for later on. So there's a Heatran predicting good move here. Now here I go into my Landorus on the predicted Spell Rocks. And I usually set up my own rocks right here. Here I found out that it's actually Choice Scarf with Stone Edge. So now, which is quite annoying because my only resistance to edge to ground resist was both Lando and Tornadus. And had he gotten any of these edges correctly, it would have been quite difficult for me. But at the same time, it was not that big of a deal because I knew I could outplay him. I got left here because it was the best play possible for me to keep my mon healthy as much as possible because everyone took very bad hits from Stone Edge as well. So I go Clef and I Calm Mind as I go Heatran, which is fine. I Protect here, trying to see what move he would go for, as he went for Toxic here, I believe. Yeah. Now because my Pajatom was full speed F, it completely walled, to an extent walled the Heatran. Because even a Toxic would not affect me because of my ability to Comatose. So I did. I went into the Pajatom as a Toxic doesn't matter. Here, I think that Toxic predicting. But I didn't. Predicting the Lopunny actually. But they go into the Landorus here, which was better for me because I wanted this mon to be on a timer. Now the reason that this guy would not go Toxapex or even Rune rather, is because Pajatom is very funny set off with Spirit Shackle. Spirit Shackle is basically you trap the Pokemon and it cannot switch. And then you use the move Heal Block. Heal Block is a move that stops the mon from using recovery moves. So these two Pokemon can't use Recover, which would mean Pajatom just wins 1v1. So that is why he went into Xanthorus here. I think I Protect here once. Yeah, I want to just get this more chip and to find out what move it will go for. So he went for the Earthquake, which is fine. I went into my Landorus here. Now I was Z Lando and my Z was Z Fly. So now here, look at this now. I am thinking, okay, he can't stay in, of course. He can't go Heatran, he can't go Runitless, he can't go into his Peck, he can't go into his Lopunny. All take hits from Earthquake very badly and they would rather not have it. Not have that. Only one Pokemon, Jump Out, resists Earthquake very easily. And at this point, I don't think he knew that I was Z Fly. So I predicted the Jump Out and I just clicked the Z. As expected, they went to Jump Out, because to trace the intimidate to drop lower my attack, and in their mind they would think that okay, we live anyone hit, but they do not think no that I'm coming with the Z-Fly, and down goes Jumbo, the most annoying mon for my team to face. Out comes the Lopunny Meta. Now at this point I don't need my Magnezone anymore. Magnezone is completely useless. So I use the opportunity to sack it and get in my Mega Alakazam. As the frustration twice. Magnezone dies. Out comes Alakazam. Now, okay, this turn I'm thinking, okay, I was in a zone, I was thinking, okay, now he no way he's staying in. And I did not predict Rooney, I was predicting him to go into his Heatran. So I was going to click Raw Fortress Blast. But thankfully I clicked Psychic just to be safe. After that, because even though Rooney's CM, it cannot do anything to me if it's not boosted. And if I spam Shadow Ball here, he can't do anything about it. So just try to recover spam. Now I believe at this, yeah. So this turn, last turn Rooney did is about 68, right? 65 to Rooney with Shadow Ball. Now he went recovered to 60%. Now on instant here I thought, okay, he's no way staying in. He's going to go into a Mon that would resist a Shadow Ball, and I clicked Psychic as he went into his Mega Lopunny and just died on the spot. Now an argument can be made here that he had gone to Heatran first and then went to Mega Lopunny out, something like that you could do. But at that moment, the way he was playing, it just seemed to me that he's going to make that switch. He will try to be aggressive. He will try to make some play to get out to try and get back into the game. So I caught the Lopunny on the Psychic, and at this point, game was basically over. All I had to do was get this land out of the way. So I go into Tornadus here as the U-turn, get some helmet chip, good for me, and almost died to rocks then. Then they went to Relentless. I U-turned out. I think I went into my Pidgeotto here as they recover. No, they didn't go. Huh. Oh right, Pidgeotto didn't kill from that range. Right, I didn't tell that. So he sacked his Landorus here for the Intimidate to try and to get in Rooney again to recover after he lives the... Not this turn but the other turn. This time he went to Bex, he went to Bex here as a turn to Tornadus on the Toxic. Tornado at this point was just, to get momentum to U-turn out, eat hits, U-turn out, no issue with Regenerator. So here what happened, I U-turn out into my Landorus. Now here, I was actually thinking that this would be slower than my own Landorus. I was 254 speed, but it was faster than me and it went for Mammoth Storm, it missed, but I think it was still okay because I think I actually had tools to win the game very easily. So this just made the process more fast for me to win. I quite thinking it would kill, but it turned out very mad defensive. So it lived. I didn't want to take any chances, so I just quickly U-turned out, went into my Alakazam, Shadow Balled, Psychic, and won the game. So as you saw, we are now, currently, before my game we were 1-3. Now we are 2-3 down, with 3 more to go. And we stand a good chance of winning the game and getting that Lechonk custom avatar that would be very interesting to have. So thank you for watching, and just wanted to see the game. I thought that was a good idea to showcase one of my better games here. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. Peace.